Okay, if you're doing artificial insemination or instrumental insemination of honeybee queens, sooner or later you're going to want to get a Harbo syringe. Now you can get the Harbo syringe from honeybee insemination from Sue Kobe in Washington State, and when you get it, this is how it'll come. So you can get it in the light there so you can see. This is how it'll come packaged like this. And so today I'm going to go through and show you how to assemble it and get you ready for insemination. Yeah, so you can get it from the Honeybee Insemination Services in Washington State. First thing you want to do is you'll want to sterilize everything with alcohol and then double rinse it with distilled water to make sure it's all nice and sterile and clean. The cleaner you can keep it sanitized, the lower your infection rate and the better success you'll have with your queens. Now, one of the reasons why you want to use a Harbo is because of this nice little dials measuring out system. One complete rotation is 10 microliters. So you have incredible control of how much semen you're actually giving your queens. And so you have a range of 200 microliters, which is actually a fair bit. So when you're assembling it, you'll want to turn it in so this is all the way in. Another thing you want to do is you want to take real good care of this glass vial. This thing costs almost as much as replacing the entire thing. A couple things you'll need is you'll need some distilled water as well as a saline solution. Now the saline solution, the pH is what is critical. You need it at 8.6, and I'll include the formula in the now the big thing is you want to make sure you get all the air bubbles and everything out. Then the next step is this collar ring. It produces a compression fit, so it seals it. And so you want to put the small end up. And you put that all the way down, and then you put on the screw ring, and then you finger tighten that down. Then you want to put it into the holder, and here again you're just finger tightening it, and it just stands alone on its own. Then the next is the tubing. You want to fill this with saline solution. And this is where these little syringes come in handy. They fit in there and you can nicely just fill it right up. And then you just put it right on there. Sorry, other way around. Now, once you have that assembled, the next thing is putting on your capillary tube. And it helps if you push out. Make sure there's no air bubbles in there. Okay, last of it's coming out there. So that's nice and solid now. And then again with the saline solution, just fill the tube up. And it helps if you haven't had too much coffee in the morning. And the other rubber end goes at this end. Now for the tricky part is your tip. You really want to be careful with these tips because they're pretty hard to replace. And then you just push it back into, like you twist it a little bit, it'll feed in there. When you do this right, it works. There we go. And then the last thing to do is you just make sure that you're got all the air bubbles and everything out of it. And there it is. And you are now ready to start collecting semen. It's a really nice system. It helps, like I said, if you don't have big paws and lots of coffee in your system. And there you go. Have fun.